In this video, we are going to go through the process of how to take a column of data. In this case, our column of data is going to be state name abbreviations associated with individual bird strike events, and turn that into a count of, for example, how many bird strikes happened in California, how many happened in Alaska, and so on. And so we're starting with this file, 2011 Strike Report 2, but it could be any file you're working with. And this is a file from bird strikes in the year 2011, and each row corresponds to an incident. And one of the columns we have here is this guy right here, which is the state. So we can see that there was a bird strike in California, in Oregon, some unknown place, North Carolina, and so on. And so our goal is to end up with the total number of bird strikes that happened in California, the total number that happened in Oregon, and so on. And we don't want to count these things by hand. That would be terrible. So what we're going to do is we're just going to isolate out the data we care about. And I'm going to make a new column. I'm going to paste it in here. And we're going to use a Excel function called COUNTIF. And I'll demonstrate that right here. So we're going to type the equal sign here, and then we're going to type in count if, and then parentheses. And so the range, this is, so where are we going to look? We're going to look over this whole column of the C, and now this is where it gets interesting. Now the criteria are, what is the name that we're interested in? And so I'm actually going to just take a step back here, and I'm going to put an actual state abbreviation in here. I'm going to just type in Alabama, AL for Alabama. Okay, that's my test guy. And what I want to do is I want to here again type this thing saying using this function called COUNTIF, and then okay, count in this C column all the things that have this name or this text included, which in this case is AL for Alabama. And there's 63. And that was actually pretty relaxed. I didn't have to really do too much. This COUNTIF is a useful tool. Now I happen to have another Excel spreadsheet which has state abbreviations here. Oh, that's very handy. So state abbreviations, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to paste it in over here. And so what we see here, so okay, this is for Alabama, right? And if I wanted to, now that I've got this, right, so Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, and so on, it's not really in alphabetical order, but that's okay. I can take this guy, and I can simply do a double click here. And by doing that, if I can just, let's look at Kentucky. So this number is 222. If I double click on here, it'll show me what's highlighted. So it's saying, okay, count if in this column anything has the value of only the ones which are KY, which is E18 in this case. And it turns out that there's 222 of those guys. And so this is actually great because that was pretty easy, and now we've got all this information for these different states, and we can, if we want to, we could bring this into something like ArcMap and create a map of the United States colored by the number of bird strike incidents. So again, this is sort of the first one. Next one will actually bring this data in.